Hey guys, as some of you might know, the Pokemon Unite Championship Series has started, and every region is currently trying or playing tournaments to qualify towards a Worlds tournament, which will be held in London by the August of this year, I think. And I just wanted to make a basic introduction to Competitive Unite. Since I want to maybe be a caster or analyst myself, I'm kind of curious to see if you guys would enjoy watching that. And I'm going to cast some games this weekend, Saturday, the European Finals, and I'm going to upload me analyzing games of the Competitive Unite scene on my YouTube channel. So if some of you have not really known what the Competitive Unite looks like or Unite Esports, I just want to go quickly over it and explain you guys what's the meta, how is it being played, just so you guys have an idea of how it looks like and what it looks like. Since I'm currently not participating myself, have given numerous reasons of that, why that's not the case. I'm just trying to go a different route and just see if people enjoy watching me cast games or analyze games. And yeah, let's also take a quick look on how the Worlds tournament is, built on. Every region, we have a few regions here, they're called regional zones, are sending participants, number of teams towards the Worlds tournament, which is going to be the biggest Unite tournament yet. And North America is sending 2, South America 1, Europe 2, Oceanic 2, Japan 2, South Korea 2, and Asia Pacific 2. And right now there's just weekly or monthly tournaments, once for every region, where teams can build up points to qualify for their own regionals, which then qualify, the top 2 teams of North America of that tournament, they go to Worlds. And it's structured right here. The first, we have currently the February finals going on. We already had the qualifiers for this tournament, and 16 teams from those open qualifiers made it towards there. And yeah, they gain points depending on their placement in this tournament, and those points will matter to get invited to the regional championships right here. And the top 4 team of the February finals will be ultimately out in the March finals. And again, the top 4 of the March finals will be in an EOS Cup, which is an extra cup with actually prize money. These actually don't have any prize money. They only give points towards the regional championships. And then we have the regional championships where 12 teams from an open qualifier. We have 4 invites from the May finals, and then we have 8 invites from, the total championship teams. So we have a 25 team tournament for every region who will decide for the top 2 teams or 1 team going towards from the region. And you have these going on right now. And then we also have the EOS Cups and looking at the prize money. These are the EOS Cups I just talked about that actually have prize money. You can see 10,000 for the first team. And this is across every single region gets the same amount of prize money, which is, pretty solid. Maybe a bit unfair towards certain regions since they have many more teams, but, maybe that motivates in lower regions for more teams to participate as well. And then we also have the regional championships, which is the one where people qualify for Worlds, which gives 20,000 for the first team and in general a $50,000 prize pool. And then we have the World Championship with a prize pool of 500,000. Every team is getting some that gets there, and the winner goes home with $100,000. And this will be happening over the next 3-4 months. And yeah, it will be quite entertaining and fun to watch. I will just go over the metas that are currently being played in the Competitive Unite scene, and we'll also go over some gameplay with you guys. This right here is what we call the Western meta, or the 1-1-3, which is very popular in Europe and North America and has been played for quite a while now after people figured out that this is race strong. The way it works is you have 1 strong top laner, 1 jungler, and then 3 bot lane abusing how good XP shares as an item and trying to bully the other team. If the enemy team doesn't do a 3 bot lane strategy as well, then yeah, it's kind of rough and they just get zoned off experience. The way this works is because Lucario is also very strong at securing last hits on top. He can actually do quite well in a 1v2, where his 3v2 would bully bot lane very hard. So what has been established that people run 3 bot lane characters almost every game. This is like the normal North American European meta and literally been played for a few months now. Let's talk about the characters that get played in this. I'm just going to make it in a tier list. We have a top laner, a jungler, a bot tank, a bot attacker, and a bot support. These are the roles we have in competitive play, and it's very straightforward. Currently, the best jungler is Cinderace, so you pick one of these pretty much for your lane, and these are the most played characters you will find. For jungle, we have these characters. We have Cinderace, Greninja, Charizard, Talonflame, and some Dragonite still as well. These are the most popular junglers you will see be played most of the time. For top lane, we have the King Lucario, who sometimes Machamp gets played now after the latest buffs to him. He has been getting quite popular. Some people even run Greed in top lane. Some people run, Lutano used to play some Blastoise top lanes. You pretty much see is like just very strong 1v1 characters that can hold its own. Serena used to be here before she got nerfed. So yeah, these are pretty much these are the main 2 top laners right now you see playing. And all of these junglers are possible to be played as well, or sees plays. Even Venusaur as well, but Venusaur is more seed on bot lane. Then on bot lane you have an attacker or a tank. You have an attacker, a tank, and a support. Most often the tank is something like Wigglytuff, something that can be like an occasional frontline, but is good at last hitting as well and has strong early game. That's why we see Wigglytuff, Mime, they're very strong secure. Snorlax is one of those as well. And for the last, which seen play is Slowbro, which has been very popular lately. Slowbro is almost in every game now, at least one team is playing Slowbro. People are finally realizing how insane his Unite move is at picking off just targets late game and neutralizing an enemy. And then we also have Mamoswine. So these are the most played bot lane tanks. You will always see one of those in your team. Then for attacker, we have the most popular currently is the Pikachu, and afterwards Venusaur. I just realized this is kind of pushing it out because the things are bigger, but yeah, I mean, this just says bot support down here in the bottom left. And yeah, you have Pikachu, Venusaur, those are the popular ones, and then Ninetales, Sylveon used to see play, but just got pushed out by these two being just better characters. And then we also have a bot support, which is Eldegoss pretty much all the time. Just let me make this a bit, let me just make this smaller so you guys can see it better. And then everything is fine. Up, up, up. There we go, much better. Now we can see it. And Blissey. These are pretty much, we only have two really support or healer characters, but Eldegoss is pretty much played whatever. And out of those, you pretty much pick your team comp for the Western meta, for the 1-1-3. That is, and this is like this is the most played meta, and then we have the other meta, which is called, the back cap or Japanese meta, which we will also talk now about. And this right here is a classic example of the Japanese meta, aka score comp, which is much more popular in Asian countries, but also sees plays in Europe and North America from time to time. It all resolves around just scoring as many points as possible. You see 3 goal getters on the bottom team, 2 goal getters on the top team. You see just good characters that are strong on its own, that can last hit, that can just run around and just score over and over again. And that's all they do. They, with Wigglytuff as well, the Wigglytuff team, they rush the base. When Zapdos spawns, they try to open up top lane. Most teams try to just, the comps they play around Rotom a lot. You try to break the second tier top or the goal on top lane and try to open the base. So when Zapdos spawns, you just rush into the enemy base. Everyone presses ultimate, buddy barriers, and you get 400, 500 points just by goal gettering and score shield. Like, it can't be killed, right? If Wigglytuff runs into the enemy goal, all 5 are going to be able to score pretty easily. And this is the other comp that is being played. It's quite annoying. It doesn't run 1-1-3, it runs 2-1-2. Some people also, they share the jungle early on a bit. And afterwards, at some point, it just becomes complete. Everyone just runs around and it's just brawl, fight everywhere. And everyone just runs around. And it's quite entertaining to watch. It's not fun to play against, I can tell you that much. But there's a lot of action and a lot of mini brawls happening. So a lot of fights for last hits. And yeah, it is quite something to watch if you haven't seen it yet. I actually have a video about it on my YouTube channel where I watched one of these Japanese games. And you will see more of these probably in the future as well. And that's it for the Japanese aka score comp. And it's quite something. Let's look at some bot lane gameplay together so you guys get a feeling for how the 1-1-3 looks like as the 3 bot lane. We pretty much have Eldegoss speeding across. You always hit this middle A-pom only once, so you just make it move, you don't kill it because it wastes time. The Eldegoss wants to be here as fast as possible and pull the A-pom towards the side of the team, so it's easier to last hit, and then it's pretty much Mime against Wiggly here. Whoever is better at last hitting gets the last hit, and Pikachu obviously also isn't affected. Everyone just tries to last hit the first thing, and then teams kinda can either shake hands and just take each side's Audino, or they just invade each other's, right? If you have a very aggressive team comp, this is the time where Pikachu just auto-attacks a lot. Eldegoss uses her auto-attacks a lot as well to proc muscle bands, and you can see it's already like a lot of action is happening. People are just auto-attacking each other, and red team is currently winning. They also got the solo last hit, and they got the top one, and they're just winning very hard. And now Mr. Mime is level 4. Didn't go for the steal here, he was just predicting it was low. And after this time, you take these A-pom, take the core push that spawns. Your main goal is, with these lanes, is to have all these characters on level 4. You can see all of these little characters are very, very strong level 4 characters as well, which is perfect for bot lane, since you share experience, so you won't be insanely high level. But yeah, all these characters have very early power spikes, Mr. Mime as well, Pikachu, Eldegoss. And now it's pretty much just, waiting and waiting until things respawn, and it's just a last hit battle. Nothing besides last hit sit here Eldegoss dies. And that's pretty much bot lane. It's just about last hitting now and waiting for the Dreadnought to spawn and, finding some trades. You don't really have to do much, obviously, and just trying to get as much experience as possible. Alright, let's take a look on how top lane looks like in the beginning of the game, aka the Lucario lane as well. Lucario has been pretty much the prominent pick, or the dominant pick, on this lane for as far as I can remember. We do see some Machamp now in this game. He's going to play against a Greedent, but most often it will be 90% of the cases it will be a Lucario. Still one of the strongest characters in the game. And every kind of top lane has like a different strat in how they approach early game. Lutano likes going for this nowadays, but yeah, there's every Lucario or every top laner likes to go for different strats, but now they just shake hands, and currently, compared to Lucario's turn 1 score sheet, they just run either 3 damage items or 2 damage items and Body Barrier, and just be very aggressive and just try to just kill your opponents as fast as they can. Helps them with early game trading as well. And yeah, top lane can look like this, where they just shake hands, and the Greedent also even doesn't run score sheet, where they just, you know, give each other tech weight stacks and just call it a day. The jungler will pretty much always gank top lane in this case, and yeah, make it a 2v2, which is very important. Lucario's either run E-Speed currently or Power Punch. E-Speed makes them very easy for the first B fight on top lane to win it. If you run Power Punch, you have better secure for objectives, but I think most Lucarios are playing E-Speed again currently, after Close Combat got a bit nerfed. It's such a powerful ability. Now they just play a bit together with their jungler, but yeah, he will stay top lane until the next B spawn, and just look for more stacks as well, look for a kill on the Greedent. Very straightforward, and yeah, then he's going to try to probably get some attack weight stacks in. And then we can fast forward a bit to where the second B spawn. This is very important as well. So pretty much now it's just like farming, trying to get stacks as much as you can until the second B spawn. Then he will clear these very fast with E-Speed. Lucario E-Speed just, okay, he kind of messed up. Okay, he still saved it, didn't miss at least. And clears it very, very fast. And now he will walk his way to bot lane. After this is done, to be ready for the Dreadnought fight, look for a flank and just flank the enemy team, which is quite easy. You're over-leveled character now since you're top laning, you got a lot of solo experience. And he's just going to run into the enemy team and just trade his HP for a lot of damage. If he hits 4 or 5 E-Speeds, the entire enemy team is half HP, and it's pretty much a one fight. You can see it, he goes in, E-Speed gets the first kill. Actually got reset though because he got the kill. The enemies does steal it now, but yeah, this is pretty much top lane gameplay. And now let's look at some jungle gameplay next. For jungle, currently the most dominated pick is Cinderace. After the Blaze Kick changes, is just the best character. The other character you will see is either Greninja or Charizard the most. Dragon Knight after nerfs doesn't see as much play anymore, but still gets played as well by certain teams. But you will mainly see a Cinderace or Greninja depending on the jungler. Some people prefer Cinderace, some people prefer Greninja. Toon prefers Cinderace in this case. And yeah, we can see his jungle clear over here. He will start to blue buff into crab. Again, I said junglers getting top lane, right? So he's just doing this, like this zigzaggy, just to be easier at top lane. And junglers in competitive pretty much only do 4 buffs before the first red spawn. They will do these buffs, gank top lane, go for mid crabs, do another buff rotation, and then go towards bot lane for the second B spawn. And yeah, that's probably what you will most likely see. So he just clears these for level 5, joins his Lucario on top lane. And his Lucario is actually kind of gone right now. His Lucario is kind of gone. And so he just takes his jungler's farm. These first Bs are very important to... These first Bs matter a lot, which jungler is going to hit level 9 or not. So it's a very important fight. So the fact that his Lucario died is pretty bad now. And yeah, let's see what he does after this, since it's, yeah. I mean, Lucario is here back now again. And now it's just a fight for the Bs. And again, who wins most of these is going to have a huge level lead going into the early stages of the game, towards the Dreadnought fight. Now they just try to get Corpfishes in mid lane. And afterwards he will make a rotation to back to his buffs. And then towards bot lane. He's looking for fights here as well, looking for the A-pumps that spawn. And he tried to steal that Corpfish away, can't quite do it. Pokes the Lucario a bit. But yeah, these junglers, they do spend much more time in lane just because it's only one guy top lane, so sharing this experience is not bad. It's kind of, I thought he would take that experience, I think he kind of needs it. And now he just does his buffs again and is, let's see if he goes for bot or top. Most junglers go for bot lane after the second buff rotation. Some go for top lane, but it's more important to be, you know, get prio on bot lane, where the Dreadnought spawns. So he's just going to do another jungle buff rotation, can skip forward a bit. In this case, he actually went top lane because the enemy Cinderace also went top lane. They did fight Lucario again, and yeah. It's looking quite bad for his level compared to the enemy Cinderace. He's going to take some mid Corpfishes. And he's also late for the bot beast now, but he can maybe still make it. Often junglers do hit level 9, doesn't always happen, but most of the time junglers will be 9 when red spawns, especially if the bot lane. What bot laners like to do is leave Audinos up for their jungler, and just feed the jungler experience so he's level 9. Since most bot lane characters don't need a lot of experience, Eldegoss just needs level 4 and 6, Wigglytuff needs level 4, Pikachu only needs 4 and 6, so you mainly just leave Ordinos on bot side for your jungler to come pick up. When the Dreadnought spawns as well, happens quite often, and yeah, now he's just level 8, but now we just started a Dreadnought fight, and yeah, still trying to look for level 9 as much as we can. I think the enemy Cinder Ace is also 8.5, so they're pretty much still even in level. And Toon gives for a very nice play there. That was very nice done by him. And now they have a free Dreadnought. And yeah, that's pretty much how jungle rotation looks early game as well. I'm not going to talk about mid and late game of competitive gaming now, or how it looks like. But yeah, it just plays out that people, leave the goal up. They just farm a lot of experience, make themselves be strong for late game. You can see it here. Maybe we can dodge it right here if they break the goal or not. But most teams will not break this goal at all, and just leave it up and farm experience, especially if you're winning. This is something I talk about a lot, right? The only goal you really want to break at some point is top lane to pressure the Rotom. Besides that, you can see they try to point as many points as they can and set the goal as low as they can, and then they just try to farm the experience there. Most often 2 or 3 people will stay bot lane and just farm those and try to zone the enemies of as much experience as they can. Heading into late game so that you have a nice level lead, right? And yeah, and then you just farm and you just be ready for Zapdos. And yeah, that's it for this video. I hope this guys gave you a sort of idea what the Unite scene looks like and how competitive Pokemon esports is being played. And if you guys enjoyed this video, I would appreciate if you guys liked the video, maybe leave a comment. And yeah, I will be casting some of these games this weekend and the next weekends until leading up to the World Championship. And I will be uploading them also onto my YouTube channel. And yeah, see if people want to see me do those or not. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Bye!